Tracy follows commands when we communicate with her in a language called Python. We learned about the circle commands, which uses the radius to determine the size of a circle. To create more advanced graphics, we must fully understand the relationship between radius and diameter. The radius of a circle is the distance from its center to the outer edge. We can see from this image, Tracy is in the middle, and the distance from the outer edge to the middle is called the radius. That is half of the length of the circle. You can see the little spokes, all of those are a radius. Whereas the diameter of the circle is twice the radius. It measures the full width from one edge to the other. So we can see that that red line is from one edge of the circle to the other edge of the circle, making it the whole length of a circle. So the diameter and the radius are related. So what is the relationship between radius and diameter? Blank is half the length of the diameter. So which one of these is half? Try to say it out loud. It is the radius, which is half of the circle, where the diameter is the whole circle. So the radius is half the length. Blank is double the length of the radius. So this is phrasing it from the other perspective, but the diameter is double the length of the radius. If you want to draw a circle with a diameter of 100, what command should I give Tracy? Well, the command that Tracy recognizes is called circle. And when we input that command, we use the radius to determine the size of a circle. So if we wanted a circle with a diameter, a full length of 100, which would be fully across, we must tell her what the radius distance is. So if the length is 100, the circle 50 command would be used to make a circle with a diameter of 100s. Because 50 is the radius, double that is 100. So in our head, we have to do that divided by 2, because it is double the radius, so we must divide it by 2 in order to get half of it. What is the diameter of the circle below? We're just going to do a bunch of different examples. So this one has a radius distance of 25 pixels. So the radius is 25, meaning the diameter is 50. Diameter is equal to double the radius. What is the radius of the circle below? We're giving the diameter is 20 pixels, and radius is half of that, meaning it is 10 pixels. So we got 10 pixels for this. Maybe I bold some of these just so you see the answer. So the radius is 25, meaning diameter is 50. That would be the answer. The diameter is 50. This one would be 10 pixels. If both circles below are the same size, what is the radius of each? So now we have some division to do as well. The entire length of both circles is 200 pixels, meaning if we divide 200 by 2, we'd get 100 pixels, which is the length of just one circle. So diameter of one circle is 100, but it wants the radius, which is also half of 100. So 100 divided by 2, we need to take half of that because diameter is double the radius. It's the whole distance. So that would get 50. Radius is 50 for each circle. So we kind of divide that by 2. So the circle command 50, with a lowercase c, this autocorrected, would be what we need to make this circle. If all circles to the right are the same size, by the way, the answer is the radius is 50. If all the circles are the same size, what is the diameter of each? So this one's similar, where we can see the entire length is 600, meaning that we have 600 divided by 3, which is equal to 200. So the length of each circle is 200, which it asks, what is the diameter of each? The diameter is the length of that circle. Of each is 200. That's the answer. The radius would be, not that we needed it, but radius would be 100, which would be half of that. But that's not the answer, so I'm going to unbold it. So the diameter is 200. If two circles to the right are overlapping so that one touches the center and the other is the same size, what is each circle's diameter? So we can tell that both circles are the same size, the radius 10. So if we know that the radius of each circle is 10, then the diameter would be double that at 20. And it says what's each circle's diameter, so 20 is our answer for this one. Fill in the diagram to draw the next. So if we want diameters of 40, we have to use the circle command of 20. So put in the radius of 20, because the radius of 20 multiplied by 2 equals the diameter of 40. So we use the command 20 in order to make a circle that's length 40. Then, just like the one in question 5, we can see that we want the two circles to be directly next to each other. So that means that they are not touching each other. There's no overlap like this. If I moved 10 pixels, we would have them overlap while we draw them because they're not that far. Where in this case, they're not overlapping. We went, in this case, the diameter was 100, so the diameter of one circle is 100, then in order to get from Tracy from this spot in order to this spot, we have to go forward 1 radius and 2 radius, so 100. So to get these two circles not overlapping, I need to go forward, if it's 50 for each, 50-50, I go a length of 100. So, what does that mean? That means that I need to go double the distance of my radius. So if I have circle 20, I must go forward 40. If I then make another circle size 20, then we would have two circles that are not overlapping whatsoever. And you can always open a sandbox and plug the code in because it's hard to visualize that without actually seeing it. So, reflection. Looking back, let's define the following in our own words. What is radius? Half the length of a circle, the line from the middle to the outer edge of a circle. There's lots of radiuses. You can see that the radius would be this line from any direction from the middle to the outer edge. It is half the length of the circle. And what is diameter? The full length of a circle, the line from one outer edge through the middle to another outer edge of a circle. So all diameters are required to pass through the middle, otherwise it wouldn't be as long, and it is the length from one outer edge of the circle to the other outer edge of the circle. And that is radius and diameter. And hopefully these two concepts, while given a visual, are able to help you when you use the circle commands and with the distance commands, which will really come in handy when you want to draw non-overlapping circles versus overlapping circles. If you have any questions, let me know, but hopefully you enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Peace.